It's been over a year since Honkai Star Rail was released, and I decided to take a look at my free-to-play account and do a little review to see what decisions I've made over the year and what decisions I'll be making in the future. To start off, let's take a look at the 5-star characters I have, and then I'll do the same for the 4 stars. As you can see, I've managed to acquire 34 characters out of the 49 total available, a pretty respectable ratio for a free-to-play account. Everyone has the main character, so I won't waste time talking about them. I got Himeko at the start of the game from the beginner's banner. Then I got another copy recently when I lost a 50-50, so she's at E1. Welt was a recently addition to my roster when I lost a 50-50 to Aventurine's banner. He is at E0. As for Silver Wolf, I got her during her first banner. If I remember correctly, it was under 50 pulls. Bronya was the first character I got after losing a 50-50 on Heng's banner. She's at E0. Gepard was my choice after reaching 300 pulls on the standard banner. He's at E0. I got Clara a few months ago from the standard banner, and Topaz during her first banner. Jing Yuan was my first 5-star character I pulled at the beginning of the game from the limited banner. I got him somewhere after 80 pulls and won my first 50-50. Currently, he's at E0. Unfortunately, I got Yanqing once from the standard banner and a few more times from the limited banner after losing 50-50. He's at E3. Bailu was one of the first characters that I got from the standard banner. She's at E0. Heng was obtained when he got first released, and he's at E0. I recently got Aventurine, and he's at E1. I got a second copy after losing a 50-50, and then I had to do 30 more pulls. Everyone received Dr. Ratio through the mail. I managed to get Sparkle after about 80 pulls when her limited banner was up. Luckily, I won the 50-50. She is currently at E0, and Robin is the most recent 5-star character I've obtained. She's also at E0. The rest of the characters I have are all 4 stars. I will talk more about them in detail when we get to their builds. So, in total I have 16 5-star characters and 18 4-star characters. Not bad at all for a first-to-play account. Alright, let's take a closer look at each character. Let's start with Jing Yuan, as he was my first 5-star character that I pulled from the limited banner. He has nearly 4000 attack, 104 speed, 80% crit rate and 180 crit damage. The light cone equipped on him is his best in slot, before dawn. All his traces are maxed out. Generally, I like to max out everything, and that will be quite apparent when you see the other characters. He is equipped with the most optical relic set for dealing the most damage, the Ash Blazing Duke and Inner Salsoto. The headpiece and gloves are quite good, with every roll going into a useful substat, while the body piece and boots could use a bit more luck. It only got 2 good rolls. The attack sphere and rope, despite a couple missed substats, round out a solid set of gear. Overall, the relics are not bad, but they can be improved. My Jing Yuan has 2 good relics and 4 mid ones. In terms of Eidolons, he's at E0. I don't like getting copies of DPS units because they tend to fall victim to power creep the fastest. Not a bad Jing Yuan, if I say so myself. And I know some of you are gonna say that he's too slow and will never get stacks for the Lightning Lord. This is not really a problem because I usually play him as a hyper carry in a team with Sparkle Tingyun and a sustain unit. Initially, Jing Yuan's performance didn't quite impress me, but Sparkle was a game changer. When played together, he delivers substantial damage, and it's a combo that deserves more recognition. Speaking of the devil, the next character is Sparkle. Jing Yuan and Heng could not perform optimally without her. She has 165 speed, 190% crit damage and 40% effect resistance. That's pretty much all you need to know about her stats. All the other ones don't matter much. My Sparkle has equipped her signature light cone. This is actually insane for her, and it also provides a significant boost to the entire team stats. Personally, I do like to invest in my supports, so I think that this light cone will keep her relevant for a long time. She has all her traces maxed out, and for the relics, she is rocking a full messenger traversing hackerspace set and a broken kill set. The headpiece has a lot of speed, some crit damage and defense, which I don't mind. The gloves aren't that great, but at least they have some speed and effect resistance substats. Her speed boots are pretty mid, but at least they do have a critical damage substat. The sphere is actually quite good with 7 speed and some effect resistance, and the same goes for the rope. Look at that, 9 speed. She doesn't have any eidolons, but I'm consider getting her to E2, depending on the timing of her banner. Overall, I'm quite happy with her, definitely one of my favorite characters. The next in line to talk about is Tingyun. She has nearly 2300 attack. A little low, but I prefer for her to not get one shot and survive during the fights. She has 164 speed and 35% resistance. Her icon is the Planetary Rendezvous, because I like to put her on the same team with Jing Yuan to boost his damage. As you've already guessed, her traces are maxed out. In terms of relics, she is geared with the Musketeer and Broken Kill sets. There's not too much to say about the relics other than all of them have speed substats. Luckily, I managed to get 7 copies of her, so she's at E6. Her build is pretty much completed. As for Aventurine, his build is well rounded with 4000 defense, 142 speed and a decent crit rate and crit damage. He has equipped the light cone Day of My New Life at Superimposition 5. All traces are maxed out. For relics, he uses a Night of Purity set for defense and Inner Salsoto for a little extra damage. The headpiece is quite good, with a lot of defense and crit rolls, while the gloves aren't that great, but at least they have some speed in the substats. The body piece has defense percentage as the main stat, and some speed as a secondary substat. The speed boots are also quite good, with 3 crit rolls. The same can be said about the sphere and the rope. Both have defense percentage as the main stat, with crit and effect resistance as substats. He's at E1. This Eidolon offers a universally strong buff, a 20% crit damage boost for any teammate shielded. This makes him a flexible pick that can enhance any team composition. Overall, I would say that my Aventurine has a completed build. He doesn't need too many stats to do his job. Robin is my newest 5-star character who's fantastic for a free-to-play account. She was the missing piece I needed for my follow-up attack damage team, so pulling for her was a no-brainer. She has 3700 attack and 123 speed. Her light cone is the free-to-play one, for Tomorrow's Journey at Superimposition 5, obtained from the last event, and all her traces are maxed out. For relics, she's equipped with 2 pieces from the Musketeer, Prisoner and Fleet of the Ageless set. The headpiece has some attack percentage and speed, but the gloves aren't ideal. They don't do anything for her. I will upgrade them later. The body piece has attack percentage as the main stat, with some speed in the substats. The boots aren't that great either. The sphere is a physical one, the rope has energy regeneration rate, and Robin is at E0. She's pretty easy to build. Doesn't need anything too fancy to function properly. Great unit overall. I got Clara from a standard banner pool, and she's been doing a great job carrying my account against enemies with physical weaknesses. Clara has 3300 attack damage, 60% crit rate and 143 crit damage. Her icon is on the fall of an Eon at Superimposition 5, the destruction one from the Herta shop. All her traces are maxed out, and she's wearing the full Longevous Disciple set and the Inner Salsoto set. The headpiece is quite good. It rolled crit rate, crit damage and some HP percent. Exactly what she needed. The gloves are quite good as well, with some speed and a bit of crit rate. Most of the rolls went into crit rate, which is perfect for her build. The body piece has crit damage as the main stat, but only 2 rolls went into crit rate for the substats. She has a physical sphere with 3 crit rate substats and attack percentage rope with 4 critical rate substats. My Clara is at E0. While I'm happy with her current setup, there's some room for improvement. Taking a chance on Topaz during her debut banner turned out to be a smart move. My gamble paid off pretty quickly. I guess this choice kinda shaped the future direction of my account, as I was leaning more into follow-up attack damage characters. She has nearly 2800 attack, 114 speed, 77% crit rate and 165% crit damage. I would like more speed on her, but for the life of me, I cannot get a decent pair of speed boots with some good substats. She has equipped the Lycon Final Victor at Superimposition 5. This one is perfect for her as the effects are always active while in battle. The traces, of course, are all maxed out. And for relics, she is wearing the full Ash Blazing Grand Duke set and the Inner Salsoto set. The headpiece is quite good. Every roll went into a useful substat. The gloves have crit rate and crit damage. The body piece is a crit damage one, with only 1 roll wasted into HP. The boots are arguably my worst piece with only 3 good rolls. I would prefer speed boots instead of attack percentage ones, but this is the best I have even after spending months grinding for better relics. The sphere has fire damage as a main stat, with 4 rolls into crit substats, and the rope is an attack percentage one with 3 rolls into crit substats. She's at E0, but in the future I'm probably gonna get her to E1. Overall, my Topaz has quite a decent build and was an excellent addition to my account. Gepard is the last character I finished gearing up. Got him from the selector after doing 300 pulls on the standard banner. In hindsight, picking him might have been a mistake. I got Aventurine soon after, and another Bronya Eidolon would have been better. He has 3000 HP, 2800 defense, 136 speed, 60% effect hit rate, and 34% effect resistance. Equipped on him is the light cone Landau's choice at Superimposition 5, and his traces, surprisingly, aren't all maxed out, but they will be in the near future as I'm currently farming the Preservation Calyx. As for relics, he's rocking the full Knights of Purity Palace and Belobog of the Architect's relic sets. This combo provides a solid defensive boost. My relics prioritizes effect hit rate and defense. The headpiece has some speed and effect hit rate rolls. The gloves have defense percentage and effect hit rate rolls. The body piece has defense percentage as the main stat with 12 speed base as a substat. No rolls wasted here. The speed boots have effect hit rate and effect resistance as a substat. The defense percentage sphere has some effect hit rate substats, while the energy rope has some speed and additional effect hit rate rolls. My Gepard is at E0. I haven't used him yet in the new Memory of Chaos mode, but the build looks strong. I hope he can sustain a team when needed. I don't actually use Bailu too much anymore. The lack of cleanse in her kit is really a deal breaker, especially against the newer enemies. She has 6000 HP, 139 speed and 35% effect resistance. I've equipped her with her signature Lycon. Time waits for no one, and all her traces are maxed out. For relics, she has a mixed set, 2 pieces from the Hackerspace set with another 2 from the Wandering Claw set, and the planar ornaments are from the Broken Kill set. My Bailu is at E0. Overall, she has a solid build, but without a cleanse, she can be very frustrating to play, and none of her Eidolons resolve this problem. I got Heng during his first run. Since then, he has been one of my favorite characters, and thanks to Sparkle, he's probably my best damage dealer. He has nearly 3900 attack, 102 speed, 80% crit rate, and 180 crit damage. He's equipped with his own signature Lycon, brighter than the sun, at Superimposition 1, and, as you might expect by now, his traces are all maxed out. As for the relics, he's wearing a combined set, 2 pieces from the Prisoner of the Deep Confinement set and 2 pieces from the Wastelander set. The planar ornament set is the Rutilant Arena. The headpiece has 5 rolls into crit, the gloves 4 rolls into crit and 1 into attack percentage. The body piece has crit damage as the main stat with only 2 rolls into useful substats. The boots are attack percentage ones with a few rolls into crit damage and crit rate. The sphere and rope both have attack percentage as the main stat with some crit substat rolls. While the sphere and rope can be improved, the 20% crit damage bonus from the set isn't a big enough reason to farm them if Sparkle already provides a significant amount of crit damage. He doesn't have any Eidolons, but I think that's gonna change in the future because it's getting harder and harder to keep up with the newer DPSs. It's a pretty decent build for Heng, and it will be even better when I'll eventually get his E2. Hanya is a character that I used for a very short period of time on the Heng team until I got Sparkle. From that day forward, her use time has sadly become non-existent. My Hanya has nearly 1800 attack, 162 speed and 52 effect resistance. The Lycon equipped on her is Meshing Cogs at Superimposition 5 and all her traces are maxed out. Her relic setup combines 2 pieces each from Hackerspace and Longevous Disciple sets along with the Broken Kill set. Main stats are HP percentage for the body piece, speed for boots, defense percentage for spear, and energy regeneration for rope. She's at E6, which I got during her first appearance on a limited banner. My Hanya has a decent build. Too bad that her value has diminished so much for my account because of Sparkle. Herta has been full build since the introduction of the Pure Fiction mode. She has 2500 attack, 138 speed, 70% crit rate and 130% crit damage. Her Lycone is The Day the Cosmos Fell, the one you can obtain from the priceless jewel shop. The Lycone is at Superimposition 5 and all her traces are maxed out. As for relics, she has a mix set, 2 pieces from the Hunter of Glacial Forest and 2 pieces from the Prisoner set. The planner ornament is from the Inner Salsoto set. The headpiece has 6 speed and some crit substats. The gloves have crit rate and damage. The body has crit rate as a main stat with some critical damage and attack percentage rolls. Boots have speed as the main stat with some crit and attack on the substats. The sphere is an ice damage one with good rolls on the substats, and the attack percentage rope has some crit damage and crit rolls, though not the best. My Herta is at E6. I only got the last copy recently. I'm happy with her current build, and she's great against ice enemies in Pure Fiction mode. There's always room for optimization, but she's already great with this build. Lynx is my absolute best healer, and she'll likely stay that way for a long time. At least until a new 5-star character with a cleanse ability comes along. She has 5600 HP, 144 speed, 30% healing bonus, and 40% effect resistance. The Lycone equipped on her is post-OP conversation at Superimposition 5, and all her traces are maxed out. Her relics consist of 2 pieces from the Hackerspace set and 2 pieces from the Longevous Disciple set. For her planner ornament, she uses the Broken Kill set. She's at E5, just 1 copy short for being completed. Another unit that I use exclusively for Pure Fiction mode is Himeko. She has nearly 2600 attack, 121 speed, 72% crit rate and 125% crit damage. The Lycone she has equipped is her own signature one, the Knight of the Milky Way, the very one I pulled from the standard banner a few months ago. Her traces are all maxed out. In the relics department, Himeko is equipped with a full Ash Blazing Grand Duke set and the Inner Salsoto set. The body piece has crit rate as a main stat, the boots have speed, the sphere is a fire damage one, and the rope attack percentage. She's at E1. Overall, her build can be improved a lot, but there's no rush for now because her performance is good enough for Pure Fiction. Yanqing is the character I lost most of my 50/50s. He has nearly 2900 attack, 136 speed, 45% crit rate and 174% crit damage. His Lycone is Swordplay at Superimposition 5 and his traces are all maxed out. As for relics, he is wearing a mixed set composed of 2 pieces from the Prisoner set and 2 pieces from the Musketeer set. The planner ornament is the Rutilant Arena set. The body piece has crit damage as the main stat, the boots have speed, the sphere has ice damage and the rope attack percentage. I just equipped on him leftovers that I had in my inventory. He's sadly at E3. It's pretty tragic having 4 copies of Yanqing as a free-to-play account, but it is what it is. Maybe he will get better at E4. Bronya is a great unit that has been outclassed by Sparkle, losing a lot of relevance for my account. My Bronya has 139 speed, nearly 200% crit damage and 56% effect resistance. She has her own signature Lycone, but the battle isn't over at Superimposition 1. If I remember correctly, I bought the Lycone at the beginning of the game from the Starlight Exchange shop. All her traces are maxed out. In terms of relics, she is equipped with both the full Hackerspace and Broken Kill set. My Bronya is at E0. I messed up and I should have chosen her from the standard banner selector after accumulating 300 wishes. I'm thinking to get her to 160 speed once I get her E1. Pela is the only Nihility character that I have fully built on this account. She has nearly 3500 HP, 145 speed and 75% effect hit rate. Her Lycone is the Resolution Shines as Pearls of Sweat at Superimposition 5, and of course all her traces are maxed out. As for relics, she's rocking the full Guard of Withering Snow set and the Fleet of the Ageless set. She's at E6, which I finally managed to get during the Boot Hill limited banner. Unfortunately, my teams don't get a lot of value from having Pela in them. Those are pretty much all my build characters. All the others are either not fully geared yet, or I haven't even started building them. Silverwolf is at E0, the imaginary MC at E1, Natasha E4, Asta E6, March E6, Doctor Ratio E0, Velt E0, Susheng E5, Luca E6, Gunaifen E1, Hook E5, Serval E6, Arlan E3, Danhang E6, Shui E2, Jinchue E6 and Yukong E6. The next character to focus on are Dr. Ratio, I already have his premium team, and Silverwolf. Overall, it's a pretty decent free-to-play account, but I'm unsure which direction to take in terms of team compositions. I'm leaning towards to keep focusing on follow-up attack characters in the near future. What do you think?